Mr. Agnew, and please stick to your speaking time.
Thank you. I am a farmer, like some of the others who have spoken, and my grey hair gives away that I've seen an awful lot happen in agriculture over the last 60 years. I can remember as a boy of 7 being involved in what was going on the farm, and there is no two ways around it that the use of modern methods of farming has hugely increased yields. That includes pesticides and plant breeding. It is enormous, the increase that we have seen. So that we still haven't got there yet when we discover from the World Health Organization that 21,000 people die every single day because they haven't got enough to eat. And so going back to methods which produce less food is going to kill more people. It's a fairly brutal statement. Worryingly, and surprisingly to me, apparently 50 people die every day across the world from misuse of pesticides. Now, I doubt any of them are in Europe. I would guess perhaps that pesticides are being put into drink bottles and people are drinking them by mistake, or they're using materials that were banned here many, many years ago. I don't know. It's something I'd like to try and find a little bit more about. But interestingly, nobody has died yet from eating a GM crop. And it's the GM technology that means we don't have to use so many pesticides of one sort or another. And yet the resistance to this technology is extraordinary, despite the fact it's used successfully in medicines. One thing that I have noticed as a conventional farmer is the resistance of funguses and insects to insecticides and fungicides. It doesn't take long for a new material to become not very good because of resistance. And that makes me feel that we should perhaps tackle this from a different way. We should try and breed crops that are tolerant to these funguses, that are more tolerant to the virus problems put in by insects. In other words, they will display the symptoms, but they will recover and they will shrug it off. And I wondered what the panel would have to say about that. I think that is a more sustainable way of approaching it. Now, looking at organic farming, could the organic spokesman say, do you use rotenone anymore? This is a particularly unpleasant material. And I've noticed, too, that organic farmers in vegetables have had some success in growing special annual flowers around the margins of the field that harbour the predators of the insects that attack the crops. There are two problems, though, with this. The first is there's a lag. It takes time for these predator insects to have a go, to build up in numbers, to have a go at a sudden infestation of aphids. But the other problem is there has to be a field somewhere else on the farm producing the seeds for these wildflowers to be grown next year. And that's when I feel it becomes unsustainable. Finally, Chairman, I have taken a big interest in organic farming. I did it for 5 years. All of the 10 people who started doing it when I was doing it have given up apart from one. So people are starting it and then stopping it, and I have to say, is this sustainable? Thank you.